Welcome to Healing in His Hands, a space for healing, faith, and just honest conversations where I apply scripture to real life. I'm your host, Mariah, and I just want to thank you for being here. So, if you are watching the visual, you might see that I might look a little similar to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. um, oh my goodness, Humboldt's allergies. It's been pretty bad, guys. Okay, I did not know how bad my allergies could get until now. Like, I literally can't even step outside without sneezing and my nose running and I'm coughing because my throat is just like getting itchy and Jesus, take the wheel. So, forgive my red nose, okay? We listen and we don't judge. um, but super excited today. It's gonna be a great episode, and it's so funny. Like right before the episode, I these cookies came in the mail that I ordered. They're like literally, I don't know if you guys can even see these, but they're they are custom Oreos, and I got Nick's face on them. I'm like, oh, so cute. I know the kids are gonna love them when they come home. Um, I just love it. And then I got this new chain. It's like they have like 3D printing. I know you guys might not be able to see this far, but it's literally a picture of me and Nick, and it says Forever Missed. And I got the kids' chains also, and they're just, they love them, and it's the little things, you guys, it's literally just the little things that just bring you that sense of comfort, and just make you feel, that sense of nearness. Um, but yeah, super good. But of course, this episode is not about that. It's just something, I just wanted to encourage you guys with. So, yeah, just whatever it is that brings you that sense of comfort, go for it. But today, our episode will be about distractions. Like I'm getting distracted now. um, Anyways, but before we dive into the episode, how are you guys doing? I hope everyone's doing well, feeling well. I know spring has sprung, so if you're like me, your allergies have been a little all over the place. I get it. I totally understand. I'm with you. Okay. I feel your pain. So, but we have an Easter egg hunt going on for our church this weekend. Just little things. So I hope you guys are also enjoying those times, enjoying the sunshine, just enjoying family time, whatever it is. So I hope you guys are doing well. And yeah. So this week has been pretty good. I mean, for me, just been trying to prepare. I start work next week for my new job, and I'll be working for social services where I am taking care of kids whose moms are in substance abuse programs. So I'm really excited for that because I just know it's something that God has called me to. And because I'm also a children's ministry lead at my church, so it's just something with kids. Like God has really called me to this position where I'm able to um, just allow him to use me, however he sees fit, and it's just the joy that I feel when I'm around the kids and how I'm able to pour into them. And I love it so much. So I'm excited for what this new job holds. So this week I've been trying to like prepare and get ready for what's to come for work, and just to schedule, trying to get the kids to school on time. So that way I'm able to get to work on time, just like all the test runs. So it's been a fun week trying to prepare and I'm getting excited. But yeah, so anyways, but this episode's really good. It's going to be about distractions and the famous story of Mary and Martha. If you haven't read it, we will read it today. And it's in the book of Luke. But not too long ago, so this was on the 18th, so like a week ago. No, about a week and a half ago. My cousin, she texts me and she tells me, she says, God said, God said for me to tell you this and that it will be a title of one of your upcoming podcasts. No, what she said was the title would be The Cycle I Didn't Know I Was Repeating. And when my cousin sent me this, I'm like, oh my goodness, like, okay, what? Wait, what is it? Like, what is the cycle that I'm repeating, Lord? Like, what is it? And just really spending time with Him and just asking Him to guide me. Because, I always want to make sure I'm just being obedient to Him and what He's calling me to do or what He's calling me to say. And um, so in that time, I was like, God, what is it that I'm doing, or what is it that I'm not doing? And he literally brought me to just the time of me being distracted, just being distracted with social media, being distracted with trying to make sure the house is clean, being distracted with just all the things that I'm trying to take on. And it's like when I wake up in the morning, I will literally sit on my phone and I look at my to-do list before I get out of the bed. Like, what is it that I have for the day? And God really just convicted me of that. Like, hey, when you wake up, your time is to be with me. Don't rush to the to-do list. Don't rush to what needs to be done. Don't rush to all those things. Focus on me. So that way I can prepare you for what the day brings you. And I definitely needed that reminder because I can even, and on top of that, like social media, like being distracted by the news, being distracted by what's going on in this crazy world right now, just being distracted. And distractions can literally pull us away from what God is calling us to do. The distractions can even pull us away from our purpose and where God is calling us to be. And it's just so important that we're being able to be fed so that way we can feed others. And I just love that reminder. So let's go ahead and read in the book of Luke about Mary and Martha, and we'll continue. So it is in Luke chapter 10, and it starts from verse 38. From verse 38 through 42. And it says, as Jesus and the disciples continued on their way to Jerusalem, they came to a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. Her sister Mary sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he taught. But Martha was distracted by the big dinner she was preparing. She came to Jesus and said, Lord, doesn't it seem unfair to you that my sister just sits here while I do all the work? Tell her to come and help me. But the Lord said to her, my dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these details. There is only one thing worth being concerned about. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken from her. Oh my goodness. I'm Martha, okay? So to read this always, every time I read this, okay, it hits differently because I am always all over the place. I'm trying to get the kids situated, trying to make sure they're good, trying to make sure I'm good, trying to make sure I'm doing what's needed. And like I have my chore board for me and the kids in the kitchen to where we're able to check it off. So we're just following it. I take my vitamins. I have my fermented garlic. I drink my fire cider. Like I have so much stuff going on, guys, that I try to stay consistent with. So I'm okay. You know what I mean? And it's like trying to work out. I haven't even been consistent with that. And I've been beating myself up about it. Like, oh my goodness, I need to get back in the gym. Mind you, my gym is just across my driveway. So it's like, what's the excuse here? So, guys, it's like there's just so much on my list that I'm feeling like I need to do. And I always just get so discouraged if I feel like I'm not getting it done. And it's so good to be reminded of this. It's like where God's literally telling you, like, but it's okay. Like, you're fine. Like, just like Martha, like, Lord, but I need help from my sister. Tell her to come help me. But God's like, well, Jesus is like, actually, I don't need you to worry about any of that. I need you to come sit along beside your sister and come listen to me? And I just feel like it's so important, like just us waking up early, spending time, or just even if you can't wake up early, right? Just something to where you're able to stop whatever's distracting you from that time with him, making it a priority, making him a priority. Because it's just so important that we're spending that time with God every day, trying to just really hone in on what it is that he wants to speak to us in that moment in that day, whatever it is, or me might be speaking to us for what's to come, So it's just so important to be able to dive into that. And reading this is just a reminder just to pause, to rest in his presence, to just rest in him, because it's just so needed for us to be able to just gather our thoughts, gather what we do have to take on, and allow us to just pour it out to him, casting all your cares, all your worries onto him because he cares for you. It's what he does, it's scripture. So it's just like understanding that, and once you understand that, I feel like you'll prioritize it a little bit better. And it's like when you're trying to just run around and do all these things, it can pull you away from your time with him. And when it's so important, because it's like we can sit here and try to have our to-do list, especially as a mom, like you're trying to get so much stuff done, and it's not just you because you're taking care of your kids as well. But just understanding the importance of not being distracted and making that time for him, because it's just so important. It truly is. And but yeah, even social media, I feel like social media can even be a bigger distraction. I'll find myself scrolling and stuff. And I even have a time limit on my Instagram, and for my TikTok. Like I'll have time limit to where my time limit goes off after 2 hours, it immediately shuts off. So if I've been on social media for this amount of time throughout the day, it will shut off on me, And I find it so funny because when my time goes off, I'm like, whoa, like, I was literally just scrolling, like I just wasted all this time. Like, it's like when I'm over here worried about all the things that need to be done, I could have done it, instead of just scrolling. And I find myself doing that all the time. And at nighttime, like I'm scrolling, and then I'm like finding myself staying awake later to scroll. So when God convicted me of this cycle of my distraction that I was constantly doing, it was like, wow, I noticed I'm staying up late scrolling, and now I'm not waking up early like I was, because I wake up at 5 or 4:50. So that way I have that little bit of time to get up. So I'm in my prayer closet by 5 a.m. So I spend that hour with him before I wake the kids up and get them ready for school. So it's like I was taking away from my time of waking up because I kept pressing snooze because I'm tired. Like, oh, I'm rolling over. Oh, just a little bit more sleep, just a little bit more sleep. But now I'm rushing my time with God. Now I'm rushing my time in the secret place? And that's not fair for God when He is pouring into us every second of every minute. So for me not to prioritize that time with Him and understand I need to go to bed to be able to rise early to spend time with Him, it's like, shame on you? And I'm just like, was convicted of that. Like, okay, God, I hear you. And here I am. So now I'm like back to waking up early, making sure I spend time with him, going to bed early, like just because it's so important. I feel like that's where a lot of us can lack. And I was lacking in that area. It's like I was so consistent. But God reminded me, through my cousin, just like, hey, you're starting that cycle again. You're starting it back up again where you're putting me on the back burner, and that's not okay. So I just make sure now I'm up. Now I'm reminding myself, now I'm sticking to my timer. If my timer goes off on my social media, and I lowered my time to now 1 hour instead of 2 hours. So, and if my time goes off and it says 15 minutes, like you can extend for 15 minutes, I'm like, no, I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down because what can I do in that moment? What is it that I can be doing to be able to be enriched by his word and by his presence, or just sitting out in the nature that he created? What is it that I can be doing to replenish my soul? What can I do in that moment? And yeah, so I definitely love the scripture because I just love this story. It's so good and it holds so much weight in my heart. It does, because I am always on the go. Always, always on the go. So it's like I don't stop. Like when when family's over, they're always telling me like, sit down. Like, how about you just sit down with us? Because I'm always going. But for me, I feel like once I sit down, all my tiredness kinda seeps in, and then I'll start scrolling or doing you know what I mean? Something that I feel like is not beneficial to my day. So, yeah. So I hope you are encouraged, because, just know it's okay. It's okay. We get distracted. That's life. Like, life is full of distractions, full of it, And, but not to be distracted enough to where it's taking away our time from God. Because that's what's just so important, to spend time with him, to really dive into his word and make time for him, whatever that is. Don't allow anything to distract you or pull you away from learning about him and who he is, or learning about his word, diving and reading his word. Don't allow anything to take you from that, because studying his word is important. I mean, this book is the book of life, it literally helps us through so much. So it's like, allow God just to speak to you in that time, whatever it is, allow his voice to be louder than the distractions. Allow his voice to be louder than anything that tries to pull away your time with him, because it's just of the utmost importance. So, but yes. I love you guys. I hope this truly encouraged you. I know I was encouraged for sure as God convicted me of this and what I was doing. So I hope you're encouraged as well. Don't feel convicted. If you do, hey, that's God. That's all God, You better listen. But yeah. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Yeah, I'll have another episode before Easter comes. So, but I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Enjoy the sunshine, enjoy family, enjoy just the little moments. If you are walking through grief, enjoy the times, just the little things that bring you that sense of comfort, whatever it is, because it's a daily battle. But yes. And of course, we will always close out with the healing in his hands declaration. So you can close your eyes or you don't have to close your eyes. It's totally up to you. But in his hands, I am healed. In his hands, I am restored. The same hands that have carried me through will continue to sustain me. I am safe. I am seen. I am held in his hands. One more time. In his hands, I am healed. In his hands, I am restored. The same hands that have carried me through will continue to sustain me. I am safe. I am seen. I am held in his hands. Love you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. Um, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.